I have three fantastic advisors. We've already done a trial, and the conversation is going to be very interesting this morning.
I really enjoyed looking at things like the Investment Association Responsible Investment Framework. I think it's a really useful starting point as a language for us as an industry to start talking about what we mean by some of the terminology that we use. ESG integration is a term that's thrown around quite a lot, but dare I say, different firms mean different things by it. And I think as an industry, we've got a responsibility to start delivering this in a way that consumers feel that they can trust it.
Actually, Annette mentioned authenticity. Clients recognise that very clearly and recognise it when it's not there. So I would say to any advisory firms seeking to start this journey, they need a lot of that work internally before actually putting a proposition in place.
In our data, we've been very clear with charts and things, bar charts, to show what percentage of our portfolios are impact, what are standard ESG.
Asset managers, product providers have been a useful source of information, but that information is useful. They're starting at a point of why they're in this marketplace, what's their commitment to the marketplace, and building a confidence from our perspective that they're in it for the long term. They're not just in it to gain market share or to make a quick buck. That this is actually something that runs through the core and the heart of their business as well.
We all have a worry on the IFA side of the greenwashing that goes on. So John literally, through his research and now your research, investigates all the constituent parts of the various funds and then grades them. And then we can use those graded funds in a contracted universe, as it were, give that to our fund managers, and then they can apply normal portfolio creation techniques using strategic asset allocation and tactical asset allocation. But the universe itself of opportunities is very much based on the work that John Fleetwood's done for us.
In terms of a client survey and regular communication with that, we've incorporated that within our fact-finding suitability assessment. We've obviously then incorporated that within a client-facing document that they can actually have a copy of. That is our articulation of our views on the world. And then it's down to our advisors in terms of their soft skills, in terms of asking those questions of clients.
So we put the survey out, and the survey the results of that survey were absolutely phenomenal. And we found, whereas IFAs typically at that time were saying 10% or less of their clients were interested in this area, we found the answer was more like 70%. And it was like a bolt from the sky to our IFAs, because they suddenly realised this wasn't just a passing fad, this was a major change in the way that the public perceived their investments and their pensions.
There's a lot of education piece with clients, and that begins at the fact-finding stage for all clients. So we're not just gated it that you're interested in ESG, therefore you go into a different flow. This is actually being integrated into the whole process for all of our clients, because we think it's going to be that mainstream that's actually going to be absolutely an imperative.
I think it's also supported now that I think it's becoming more broadly acknowledged that making these choices in your portfolio doesn't mean giving up huge amounts of investment return or making huge compromises. And maybe clients' starting point is that, well, if I'm opting into this, I'm opting out of something that's much better. Therefore, they're more nervous about making that step to sustainable, responsible portfolios. And the more information that we've got to break down those barriers and give them the facts on the matter, I think the more and more uptake we're going to see.